Hello children, welcome to online edu classes. Today we are going to read class 9th Geography lesson 5 Natural Vegetation and Wildlife part 1. Learning outcomes of this chapter are: exhibit clear understanding of various terms, demonstrate beliefs in the peaceful coexistence of human beings and flora and fauna, sensitize peers about the conservation of flora and fauna, develop a clear understanding of various types of vegetation and wildlife. The topics we will cover in this video are important terms, factors affecting flora and fauna kingdom, importance of forest, and the two types of forest we will cover in this video, that is tropical evergreen forest and tropical deciduous forest. In India, we have huge diversity in plants and animal kingdom. So let us know some species details which is found in India. 47,000 plant species, so 10th in the world. India's position is 10th in the world and 4th in Asia. We have 15,000 flowering plants, 6% of the world's flowering plants in India. 89,000 animal species, 1,200 bird species. 13% of world's total birds are in India. 2,500 fish species, 12% of the world's stock. 5% to 6% of amphibians, reptiles and mammals. So let us understand what is natural vegetation. The naturally growing plant cover without human aid is called natural vegetation. Now remember, every vegetation is not natural vegetation. There are crops and fruits which are grown and cultivated by human beings. So they are also part of vegetation but not natural vegetation. The vegetation which has been left undisturbed by humans for a long time is called virgin vegetation. Now the term flora and fauna. Flora means plants of a particular region or period listed by species and considered as a group. So just remember this word as a flower. Flora as a flower. And the word fauna, which means species of animals of a given area in which A is there after F. So remember, this A as animal, and you will never get confused between flora and fauna. So in a country like India, there is a huge diversity in plants and animal kingdom. You will find many species of plants and animals which we have read in previous slides also. Now there are certain factors which are responsible for the huge diversity in flora and fauna kingdom. We will divide the factors into two broad categories, that is relief and under relief and climate. Under relief we have land and soil. It is divided into land and soil. Land has a direct and indirect effect on vegetation. Nature of land influences the type of vegetation. For example, fertile level land is generally devoted to agriculture. Undulating and rough terrain or areas where grassland and woodlands develop and give shelter to a variety of wildlife. Soil, different types of soil provide basis for different types of vegetation. For example, sandy desert soil support cactus and thorny bushes. Wet marshy deltaic soil support mangroves and deltaic vegetation. The hill slopes with some depth of soil have coniferous trees. Going to the second category, climate. Temperature plays an important role in the growth of plants and trees, because with temperature, the air, humidity and the environment changes. Or you can say the character and extent of vegetation are mainly determined by temperature along with humidity in the air, precipitation and soil. That is why you will see as we go away from the equator, temperature decreases and the type of vegetation cover also changes. Near the equator, you will find evergreen forest, but then if you will go to Himalayas, there you will find the coniferous forests. So that's the role of temperature. So in this box, you see the box temperature characteristics of the vegetation zone. You will look at the picture below. This is how our earth is divided into different climatic zones. So in the middle you have the equator, and the region between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called torrid zone or tropical zone, or you can also call it as subtropical zone. Then above that you have temperate zone. At the end we have frigid zone, which is also known as polar zone. And with the above table, you can see as we go down from top, that is tropical to alpine region, the temperature decreases. So alpine is nothing, it is a frigid zone. So you see the temperature decreases from tropical to alpine. In other words, we can say that as we move away from the equator, both in the northern and southern hemisphere, the temperature decreases. The next factor is photoperiod. The variation in duration of sunlight at different places is due to differences in latitude, altitude, season and duration of the day. Due to longer duration of sunlight, trees grow faster in summer. Another factor is precipitation. In India, the advancing southwest monsoon and retreating northeast monsoons bring in almost the entire rainfall. If an area gets heavy rainfall, it is suitable for the growth of dense vegetation. On the other hand, an area with scanty rainfall is suitable for thorny bushes. Now, let us discuss the importance of forest. They are renewable resources, play a major role in enhancing the quality of environment, modify local climate, control soil erosion, regulate stream flow, support a variety of industries, provide livelihood for many communities, offer panoramic or scenic view for recreation, controls wind force and temperature and causes rainfall, provides humus to the soil, provides shelter to the wildlife. Now let us discuss the new term ecosystem. All the plants and animals in an area are interdependent on each other. The plants and animals, along with their physical environment, make the ecosystem. Or in another word, we can say that it is a community in which many different organisms interact with their physical environment. So basically it is a complex network which is interconnected. Now look at the food chain of animals in the forest. In the beginning, we have tree or plants, so small insects or bugs, they rely on the plants. Now, apart from insects, there are rabbits or goats. They eat plants because they are herbivorous. Now here the chain starts. Now just look at how these animals are eaten by another set of bigger animals, and when the animals die, the fungi breaks the bodies down and turns them into nutrients, and with the help of sunlight and water they are grown into trees and plants again. So this is what is the meaning of ecosystem. So this entire ecosystem is based on plants or trees, which is called vegetation. So when we change the vegetation, it also affects the life of humans, life of animals. So in this entire ecosystem, even human beings are also an integral part of the ecosystem. A very large ecosystem is called a biome. Biomes are identified on the basis of plants. Since we human beings have brain, we are not only intelligent but also dangerous. We use these resources for various purposes, and that led to natural vegetation undergone many changes. Like with the growing population, the growing demand for cultivated land, so we cleared the forest, development of industries and mining, urbanization, overgrazing of pastures. So these all are the factors which led to India's natural vegetation undergone many changes. Now let us discuss about the types of vegetation found in India. So there are 5 major types of vegetation in India. tropical rainforest, tropical deciduous forest, tropical thorn forest and scrubs, montane forest, and mangrove forest. So in this video we will discuss about only the two forests, that is tropical rainforest and tropical deciduous forest. So let us go one by one. First, tropical rainforest require rainfall above 200 centimeters with short dry season, found in the rainier parts of western slopes of Western Ghats and island groups of Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, upper parts of Assam, Tamil Nadu coast. Trees reach great heights up to 60 meters or even more. Since the region is warm and wet throughout the year, it has luxuriant vegetation of all kinds, trees, shrubs and creepers, giving it a multi-layered structure. Evergreen forest, as there is no definite time for trees to shed their leaves, these forests appear green all over the year round. Commercially important trees are ebony, mahogany and rosewood, rubber and cinchona. Common animals found: elephants, monkey, lemur and deer, one-horned rhinoceros found in the jungles of Assam and West Bengal. Others, plenty of birds, bats, sloth, scorpions and snails are found. Next is tropical deciduous forest. It requires rainfall between 70 centimeters and 200 centimeters. It is also known as monsoon forest and are the most widespread forest of India. Trees shed their leaves for about 6 to 8 weeks in summer on the basis of availability of water. These forests are further divided into moist and dry deciduous forest. Common animals are found like lion, tiger, pig, deer and elephant. Others, huge variety of birds, lizards, snakes and tortoises are also found. So let us know about the moist deciduous forests. Moist deciduous forests are found in areas with rainfall between 100 and 200 centimeter. It is found in northeastern states along foothills of Himalayas, Jharkhand, West Orissa, Chhattisgarh and eastern slopes of Western Ghats. Important species you will find in this forest are teak, bamboo, sal, shisham, khair, kusum, arjun, mulberry, sandalwood. Dry deciduous forest. Dry deciduous forest is found in areas with rainfall between 75 and 100 centimeter. It is found in rainier parts of peninsular plateau and the plains of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. There are open stretches in which you will find teak, sal, peepal, neem and other trees also grow. A large part of this vegetation has been cleared for cultivation and some parts are used for grazing. Thank you children. We'll discuss the next part of this chapter in the next video.